Welcome back. So now you've got yourself registered for the course. At this point, I want to give you a little bit of a tour of the MyMathLab website. So your course will be listed over here under the MyLab and Mastering. Uh, if Math 93 is the only course you're taking, it'll be the only one listed. Click on that, and that'll take you to the course window. We can kind of close this little pop-up telling us what's new, and we come to what's called the dashboard. Dashboard will list any current assignments that are due. One of the things that you will find immediately on the dashboard is the course syllabus. You can take a look at that. We'll just look at it very briefly. Our course is a web course. Of course, you're already in the course, so you don't really need the access or the course ID information there. There's my email address. You can email me very quickly by just clicking on that link. Those are my live office hours. A little later on, I will be setting up a online office time through Google Hangouts that I'll explain to you a little bit more as the semester goes on. That, of course, is my office phone as well. But you can take a look at the various course policies. It's all there. Attendance policy doesn't really apply because we're not meeting face-to-face, but you do need to keep up with the assignments. As you can see, we'll have about 5 tests. We'll have online homework, which we're going to talk about, and there will be a quiz on the first bit of material. We do have some tutoring available, face-to-face tutoring on all 3 campuses. Please check with the Student Success Center for details on that. We also do have tutoring through Thinking Star, which you can, again, check with the Student Success Center about that. There will be homework assignments, which will be assigned weekly. I'll explain a little bit more about that later. And there is an outline of the topics. Our tests will be given in the testing labs. So one of the things I'm going to need to know from you is which campus you're going to be at, so that I can know which testing lab to send your test to you. And so you can kind of read through the various details of the syllabus. Any course announcements will be posted in the announcement tab. These are old announcements that apply to previous courses. The homework tab is where you'll find information about your homework. Now, right now, you can see if you look on mine, you won't see anything because I haven't put any assignments yet as I'm making this video, but the assignments will be up there along with due dates. These are just assignments from past summer semester when I taught this course. Gradebook is where you'll find your grades. The course binder is a very useful and important link. This is where you'll find the course binder. I'm also going to talk to you later on about the course forum and how to get set up with that. So you'll find a link for the course binders there as well. This is where you'll find videos for every topic as we're covering them. You can watch to help you out. You can also find some videos that help through the homework, which I'll talk to you about in just a little bit. You'll also find notes that I've written from previous semesters of teaching this course face-to-face that you can also take advantage of. So you will find notes from face-to-face classes that I've taught on these different topics. And there's actually 2 different semesters, one from a spring semester, one from a summer course that I taught. So all that information is there as additional tools to help you as you're getting through this course. You have the videos and you have the notes that you may use to take advantage of. So what I want to show you about here is a little bit of how the homework works. Okay, so now as we get back to our homework tab, you'll see there's been a few changes. There actually are some assignments available. These are actually our first assignments. Each week, at the beginning of the week, usually on Monday, I will be sending out an email letting you know about the topics that we're going to cover for that week. Each assignment for that week will be due that following Sunday night at midnight. And I want to show you a little bit about how the homework assignments work. You click on an assignment, like I did here. First assignment, Factory, GCF 6.1. And then you'll have your list of questions. Click on a question to start the assignment. You can start anywhere you want. Just wait for it to load. Perhaps I'll sing you a song. Hopefully it won't take that long to load. And so here we are. This question is asking about the GCF, greatest common factor of those things. You can type in using the keyboard. There are a few functions over here that you can use. This is the fraction button that sometimes you may want to use. Mixed number button. This one's something you like to use. That's the exponent button. Square roots, radicals, absolute value, ordered pairs. We usually don't do much with subscripts. And you can see if you click more, there's a whole bunch of different options there. Okay. Right now we're just going to type in a wrong answer. I want to show you what happens. Click check answer. It tells me I did it wrong. It gives me sometimes a little explanation to help me. I can still work on that question, so I got it wrong. Click it again. I got it wrong again. Click it one more time. It'll let you get it wrong 3 times before it will mark it completely wrong. So you have 3 chances to get the question wrong. Now, if you happen to get that question wrong 3 times in a row, that's okay. If you click down here, similar exercise, it'll give you a new problem with slightly different things that you can continue to work on. So there's no reason that you should get questions wrong in the end, because you can keep going back and doing them as many times as you need to. Now, that's not all that MyMathLab has. It does have some things to help you out. For example, you can view an example where they will actually step you through the steps of solving the problem that you can kind of follow along. So it's like, hey, here's some notes on how to do a problem. You can also use the little key here for help me solve this, where it'll do very similar to view an example, except it will step you through. So here they ask a question. What's the smallest exponent that y is raised to? We answer that question. Okay, it then tells us to raise y to that power to do it. So we can do that y and use our little exponent key to the 3rd power. And it'll take you through all the steps. Now, if you use Help Me Solve That, it usually should change the problem. For some reason, this time it didn't change the problem. I'm not sure why it did. Typically, it'll change the problem so that you then have to redo a new problem from the start. Some of the examples will have a video link, like this one here. Most of the time, they'll link you directly to the textbook. You can get to the textbook through the homework like this, or I'll show you another way to get through the textbook as well. You can also ask your instructor. So if you're really having a lot of trouble, click Ask Your Instructor. That'll pop up a message that you can send to me so that I can help you out. Please, when you do this, I ask, don't just click Ask My Instructor and then send. Please give a brief explanation of what it is that's giving you trouble, if it could be the whole problem that's giving you trouble. Okay? So that's how that works. That's the homework. And you can see now on my screen here, I have that one question marked correctly. It shows me the ones I have right, the ones I haven't done, and the ones I have wrong. If you click on the tab here to Chapter Contents, you can actually step through the actual textbook. We're starting in Chapter 6. Here's Section 6.1. You can view a video presentation of the textbook author on each section. That's there for each section. You can also go directly to the online textbook. It usually takes a minute or so for it to load to the online textbook. Right. And with each of that, there's videos for the different objectives, the different types of problems that you run into. Okay, and you can kind of go through as you're doing the problems in the textbook. Sometimes you'll come to these things with a little triangle thing. That's where you can actually do a practice problem like their problem, like the problem they have. So that's additional things that you can also use to help you as you're studying. And again, in addition to this stuff, you will have our course binder, where you'll have my notes from previous semesters of teaching the course, along with video examples as well for each of the topics that we're to cover. And so that's all rounded into your MyMathLab really brief tour of MyMathLab. And again, under the dashboard, you'll see assignments that have been assigned, and you'll see assignments when they're due. You can see here the whole bunch of things due. It tells you when the next stuff is due. Okay, so that's how the homework works. We will later on be doing a quiz. You will have a quiz on factoring, which hasn't yet been posted, but it will be there. Also under the quizzes and tests, you'll find a bunch of sample tests that you can do as many times as you want. It doesn't count towards your grade, but you'll find those there as well. So hopefully this tour helps you. If you do have questions, please ask me. I'd be happy to help you out.